What's up, everyone? How are we doing? Welcome back to the channel for the third time today. You need to get a life, Bisping, I hear you say. Yes, you're probably right. I am very, very busy. I was just down at the gym working out, still covered in sweat because I thought I'd bang this one out straight away. And I was sitting in the sauna having my stretch, and I'm looking at Twitter, and I see on there some breaking news. Paddy The Baddy will be fighting Jared Gordon at UFC London, March 19th. He was chatting away to Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports, and he asked who the opponent was, and he said, yeah, Paddy The Baddy, Paddy Pimblett, whatever you want to call him, is fighting Jared Gordon.
You don't know his next opponent, right? It hasn't been announced?
No, it hasn't.
You want to break it down?
Yeah. Jared Gordon's probably going to be his, yeah.
There was that big rumor circulating that Paddy was going to fight Donald Cerrone. Paddy shut that down straight away. He came on my podcast, Believe You Me, and he said, no, what are you talking about? No, I'm not fighting him. No, nothing about it. But he wouldn't say who he was fighting. I was like, come on, Paddy. You know who you're fighting. And he said, no, lad. Fucking swear down, mate. No idea. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm sure he knew. But anyway, Dana just broke the news, and there we go. Paddy The Baddy taking on Jared Gordon. UFC London, March 19th. I'll be there. I'll be commentating as long as the event goes ahead. Fingers crossed. I can't actually cross my fingers. I don't have the best flexibility in my fingers, but who cares? Still kick a motherfucker in the head. Anyway, it's a great fight. Really, really good, logical next opponent for Paddy The Baddy. I'm going to stop saying Paddy The Baddy. Paddy Pimblett. Okay, for Paddy, even better. It's a good, logical step up. As we know, he defeated Luigi Vendramini in his UFC debut, declared himself as the new cash cow, and he said, Scousers don't get fucking knocked out, lads. Well, it's all right, because in this fight, he probably won't get knocked out either. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to win the fight. I'm not disrespecting Jared Gordon. What I'm saying is, stylistically, this kind of favors the grappling prowess that Paddy has. I'm not saying he wins. Not giving a prediction. I'm just saying, stylistically, if you look at Jared Gordon, he's a very good fighter. He's been around the UFC for a long time. Very experienced. What's his record? 18-4. 4 losses. 3 of those came in the UFC. He's on a 3-fight win streak against Joe Solecki, Danny Chavez, and the UK's Chris Fishgold. If you know Chris Fishgold, he's a very, very good wrestler. And Jared Gordon went out there. This was on Fight Island in 2020. Totally out-wrestled him, out-grappled him, and that was pretty much the story of the fight. So for Paddy's kind of a grappler as well. You know, he's got a very good jiu-jitsu, you know. I think I'd give Jared the wrestling advantage. Jiu-jitsu-wise, I'm not so sure. See, when you look at Jared Gordon, he's a brown belt under John Danaher. Okay, so that is, you know, a brown belt under John Danaher is about as legit as it gets, unless you're a black belt under John Danaher or a second dan, whatever. What I'm saying is, a ranking from John Danaher is as good as anyone's in the world. You know, John Danaher really is one of the best. And he's a brown belt under him, so legit jiu-jitsu skills. Jared Gordon trains at Sanford MMA alongside Gilbert Burns. I mean, come on, who else? I mean, there's a lot of people down there, a lot of great coaches. And Henry Hooft, coming from Amsterdam, a Dutch kickboxing background that's tweaked it for an MMA style. He's got one of the best gyms in the world, some of the best training partners, and he's got everything he needs. He's got the wrestling background, he's got a brown belt under John Danaher, and he trains with some of the best people in the world at Sanford MMA. So it's an interesting fight. Now, when you look at the losses of Jared Gordon, last person to beat him, Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira, as we know, no shame. That has aged very, very well. He's now the lightweight champion. He's on top of the world. Who else? Joaquim Silva. He got knocked out against him. Joaquim Silva hits hard. He's a powerful banger. And before that, it was Carlos Diego Ferreira. So they're the only 3 people to beat him. Diego Ferreira is a beast. He's a top contender. He's a very, very tough fight for anybody. As I said, Joaquim Silva's got knockout power. And Charles Oliveira is the motherfucking champione. So, no shame. He has been beaten only by very, very good fighters. So, for Paddy, you know, it's a logical next step. Luigi Vendramini, entry-level fight. Jared Gordon, been around a long time. He's got a lot of experience in the UFC, and he's got a more well-known name than Luigi. So again, it's a good, logical next step for Paddy. You know, obviously, he puts a lot of pressure on himself. He said, I'm the new cash cow. I'm the golden boy. You know, he's not short of confidence, and he shouldn't be. You know, I mean, that fight that he had against Luigi was a beautiful performance. Yeah, he got clipped. So what? And I know I said you nearly got knocked out. He didn't nearly get knocked out. We were just having a bit of fun. But he did get caught. But as I say, that doesn't matter. You know why? Because you don't go in the rain without getting wet. I say it all the time. That's one of my old boxing coaches, Mark Kinney's saying, actually, from Liverpool. Shout out, Mark. But it's true. You go, you know, sometimes you go in a fight, you have a perfect performance, you blitz through them, you destroy everyone, fantastic. But more than likely, you're going to get clipped here and there. So he got clipped off Luigi Vendramini, but he got the job done, finished via knockout. So a tremendous display, a great debut, you know, and certainly announced himself to the world. March 19th, he's going to be, you know, he's going to be the flavour of the month. Of course, there's going to be a massive UK contingent there. We're going to have Darren Till on there, no doubt. We're going to have Paddy The Baddy. We're going to have Tom Aspinall. We're going to have Arnold Allen. Keep an eye on that name, Arnold Allen, by the way. All you people not in England, because he's doing big things. Who else? Molly McCann. I mean, they're all going to be on there, so it's going to be a great one, but there's going to be a lot of eyes on Paddy Pimblett. So that could equal a lot of pressure. But the way he talks, the way he sells himself, the way he carries himself in general, I don't think the pressure is going to affect him. He's very, very confident. It's not an act. It's who he is. So it's going to be a great fight, you know. But it's not a given. It is a tough fight. He is in the UFC and he is fighting some of the best people in the world. As I said, Jared Gordon, very experienced, been around a long time, you know, trains with some of the best in the world. And if you look at Paddy, when you look at his record, it wasn't that long ago. It was 2019. I'm seeing a loss on here in a grappling match against Scotland's Stevie Ray. Okay. Stevie Ray was a great UFC fighter. He was around for a long time. He had a great career. And obviously good grappling skills. He did a heel hook, a reverse heel hook on Paddy. So, but what I'm saying is if Stevie Ray can submit Paddy in an MMA fight, there's probably a good chance that Jared Gordon can. Not saying he will, saying there's a possibility. Of course, when it's MMA, it's a different kettle of fish. And if someone's going for a heel hook underneath, you just tee off on him, buddy. You just smash their faces in. Sounds very animalistic, sounds very basic, but it is, because they're trying to heel hook your leg and their head's there. And you just go, well, okay, bang. It's not as simple as that, but I guess in some ways it is as simple as that. Now, as I say, I was just at the gym. This t-shirt is absolutely soaking wet. Okay, I did 3 miles on the treadmill. I did my shoulders and my biceps because, you know, come on, you got to do the shoulders and the biceps. And yes, I do skip leg day, but I'm getting back into leg day. Sat in the sauna, had a really, really good stretch. And as I said, just saw this and I thought I've got to get it on YouTube ASAP. You know, it's breaking news. I got to bring it to you before everybody else does, before the masses of the YouTube people take over. UFC 270 this week. I'm going to be doing some breakdowns. I'm going to give you a history lesson on the belts. I'm going to give you my top 5 heavyweights of all time. And much, much more. Okay, we're going to be at the press conference. We're going to be talking to Ngannou tomorrow. So lots of great content coming this week. So stay tuned. And yeah, there it is, March 19th. Shaping up nicely to be a very, very good card. Paddy The Baddy, Jared Gordon. Great fight. Interesting stylistic matchup. And I'm looking forward to it. Listen, thank you all for watching. I appreciate you. Do me a favor, ring the bell, subscribe. Hate saying that. Hate selling myself short. Hate begging you to do it. And I'm not begging. I'm just politely asking. If you want to do that, do it. If not, then who cares? Whatever. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you with another video tomorrow. Take care.